ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 19th of October, and what a day! And it's starting to become a very difficult market to trade, as if it hadn't already been. But today we had this massive gap up, which sustained itself for a good amount of time. So this particular gap up sustained for about 45 minutes, and then very stiffly in about 10 minutes of time, and most of it in just about 10 minutes, we crashed about 200 points. So 200 points of a crash. Now, most of the time, most of these dips are always bought. Like invariably, even on an intraday basis, you see every time we make big dips, then there is buying of the dip, right? So whatever explosion and expansion happens in the put option is eventually given up. But I can't work with that. Like I can't work with that because there will be only one time that all the dip buyers, right? So you get super accustomed to it. It dips, you buy the dip. It dips, you buy the dip. There will come a time when it dips and it completely destroys people who ever buy the dip, and I can't afford to take that kind of a risk. I mean, anticipating that there would be this kind of movement is exactly why I've been keeping my sizing low. So I ended up taking quite a bad hit for today, almost twice of what I would have been willing to give up on a day like today. But the issue is I had limited orders for 20. I'd shorted these put options for 13 around there at the open. I had limit orders for about 20. I figured I would have enough reaction time given that my put options were 400 points away. But that wasn't really the case. These put options exploded, and by the time I could get out, I ended up paying about 33 for them. I'll just go over. So, I mean, one way of looking at it is, hey, you know that eventually like either will hold or like the dip will get bought and the put options will crash. Why did you have to exit this at this particular time? If you had just held on for 10 more minutes, then it would have been back to green, right? Like, but here's the thing. This put option ended up going all the way till 44, right? So 10 points more than where I exited. 10 points on the sizing I was trading would be about 1.7 lakhs. An additional 1.7 lakhs that I would have lost on a mark to market. And let us assume, for whatever reason, the slide continues and there's a huge IV spike, and this put option goes to 100. What do I end up losing? So I can't take that risk. I cannot sit and pray that the dip will get bought. My risk appetite's already been met. I should have been long out of the trade. So, okay, I couldn't execute it in time. I got out at X amount of price. I'm done. I'm not even going to at that point try to look for a re-entry. Another option is, okay, how about you re-enter from like a little more risk off position? I don't want to do that because had I exited at the point where I wanted to exit, so if I was willing to give up, let us say 8 to 10 points, then I can't really re-enter once I've given up more than that. So that makes it as simple as can be. I think one good thing that has been working for me and that has worked for me is that I'm keeping my sizing also really low. And because I'm keeping my sizing really low, I'm sort of getting to not too exposed to some of these big moves. While this big move might be on the sizing that I've been trading lately, a relatively big hit. It's not in the context of how I generally trade, so it won't really affect me too much either. Now, that being the case, we dipped 200 points and then we pulled back 100 points to 18,500. And that more or less what it has done is it has rebalanced the premiums a little bit. But essentially, there's a gain on everything. There's a gain in call options also, and there's a gain in put options also. So that's more or less how things stand, because suddenly the OTM put options realized that, okay, they're far too cheap. A lot of people had to cover. So all that being said and done, I hope you didn't get stuck in this whipsaw kind of a situation. It definitely tricky. One would have expected that at least over here, it would fall, but just slid straight down. I mean, this 5-minute candle is 100 points. 100 points in 5 minutes and then another 100 points in 10 minutes. So very difficult kind of day. And unless you were like contra and short on the market from the beginning, then this would not have worked out very well for you. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Not the greatest of days, but these things happen, and I'll catch you later.
Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter, Telegram and Facebook, use the username NiftyBN. Also, we post some of our trades to the community tab. So do not forget to check that from time to time.